Now, the president's wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has donated 250,000 naira to each of the 57 families affected by the recent flood that destroyed property and claimed 2 lives in Trademore Estate in Lugbe in Abuja. The donation was presented on behalf by the wife of the Vice President, Nana Kashim Shettima. She commiserated with the victims of the flooded areas, who asked the federal government to support them with engineers, architects and equipment to work on the estate.
I'm here on behalf of our initiator, Her Excellency, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, with some token amount for I believe for the downtrodden ones, for them to utilize it at least maybe one way or the other, for them to use it to settle their rent, fees and other things.
You can build on water. The whole of the UK, London is on water. It's not a problem at all. Holland is on water. As long as the water engineers do the needful. What we are saying, Your Excellency, no more lazy engineering techniques. What we want is people to use their cerebral capacity. There should be no more cerebral impotence. What we want is let us work together.
Well, they seem to have an idea of what to be done, but Nigerian women there taking bold steps to ensure they matter in this administration with the First Lady's provision of succor and expression of goodwill. Will they be able to pave their way into the hearts of the President's administration? Joining me for more on this and also to take a look at the place for women in President Tinubu's administration is Dr. Betta Edu. She's the National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress. Good to see you and thanks for your time. Let us in on what exactly, first, are there plans already in the APC or within your party, specifically the Office of the First Lady, for women?
Thank you very much for having me. Today was an absolute success with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own dear President, the promoter of women, one who is ready to mainstream Nigerian women, His Excellency Senator Tinubu, who welcomed us at the State House today. Indeed, we went as Nigerian women from APC, from all the 36 states and FCT, to say congratulations to him as he emerged as, of course, the President of Nigeria, the 16th President, from a very keenly contested elections, and more importantly, his recent victory at ECOWAS, where he has emerged as the newest chairman of ECOWAS in West Africa. So, of course, it's victory all around. Like the saying goes, the reward for hard work is more work, and so we know he's completely equal to the task. Nigerian women went in solidarity to our president to say, yes, we believe in you. We're happy with what you've done in the last 45 days.
Dr. Edu, I'm sorry to butt in here.
It's been action all the way.
Yeah, Dr. Edu, apologies. It looks like maybe you didn't get my question. I'm directing this specifically. I'm looking at women in governance in the administration. And my question, remember then, back in the day, we had Better Life for Women, for Rural Women by Miriam Babangida of blessed memory. So I'm asking, is your party already starting off with a program specially packaged for women in the country?
So again, I'll take you back to the president to say the essence of that visit was to pull his attention to women, to programs through different government policies that would get to women at the grassroots. That's why we paid that visit today. But beyond that, the wife of the president, who is Senator Oluremi Tinubu, of course, you know, she's right about to launch Renewed Hope Initiative, and you just showed some clips earlier on. The idea is just to give hope to Nigerians' hope, to families wherever they are found, just like you referred to the wife of Babangida and other heads of state. She would be working with women at that level. And of course, the president, through various ministries and parastatals, will be working at bringing renewed hope to Nigerian women from the grassroots all the way up. More important is the fact that he's going to ensure that women are mainstreamed and brought into leadership so they can bring the ideas. They know the needs, they know what they feel, and they know what they want.
The good thing here is that for the first time in the history of Nigeria, we have a president, a first lady, a vice president, who all were once senators. They know the works. So perhaps let us in on the drive of your party. Is your party pushing for a bill that will probably open the space for more political participation for women in the country?
Definitely, the president has committed to the 35% affirmative action, and he has promised that he will work with the 10th legislative body, of course the Senate and the House of Reps, to ensure that the bills, the gender-friendly bills, bills that will mainstream women, bills that will ensure women are empowered in Nigeria, those bills are passed. Of course, you know what happened in the 9th Assembly, and all of that would be corrected and improved upon in the 10th Assembly so we can have more women in positions of leadership, governance, and indeed politics.
To 9th Assembly. That was why I asked the question, because we recall how much of a protest from Nigerian women who were shocked to see that lawmakers threw out that bill. How soon are we likely to see this coming back on the front burner in the 10th Assembly?
Well, as soon as the president has his team on board, which should be happening anytime from now, his team will with the legislative arm through an executive bill to ensure that all of this comes to being. We're also working with the office of the wife of the president. She's made a lot of input into what's going on. Remember, she used to be in charge of the committee women, so she has a lot of exposure on what to do and how best to coin this, to frame it so that it can get the right attention and go through the House.
Dr. Betaidu, give us a sense of what you think it will look like. Now you're talking about the president's cabinet. In terms of percentage, what are you looking at for women?
Well, of course, you know, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been a promoter of women. He has a very excellent, wonderful track record. And so far, he has appointed 10 special advisors. And out of the 10, 4 of them are women, which his cabinet as we speak right now. So we expect even more. Of course, he has always said it, that women will play a prominent role in my government. He said it even on the day where he took the oath of governance, and of course, when he was giving his acceptance speech, he said women and youth will play a prominent role, and he's all out to fulfill that.
Well, still, I'm going to push a little bit. I'm trying to have a percentage, what you think, because if we say women will have more, they've always said that before now. You're a politician, you know how politically they speak in Nigeria, and people were shocked to see that politicians in the 9th Assembly didn't actually do pretty well for women. So percentage-wise, what should we call an okay list in the cabinet?
Well, I think 35% affirmative action would be fair for women at this point, and we can build up on that. Like I said, so far, in fact, we have stopped mentioning the 35% affirmative action for now, because he's already gone beyond that.
Well, Well, there seems to be a glitch in that connection to Dr. Betta Edu. As soon as we get that right, we'll come back to speaking. Dr. Betta, apologies for that glitch. We lost you for a bit. But again, quickly here, one of the key concerns of Nigerians, especially young women going into politics and governance, will be how best the political parties, for instance, the APC, can help groom women and men alike so that they understand what it means to have inclusion in politicking.
APC has been very thorough, beginning from the review of its constitution last year, where we reviewed the constitution to ensure that delegates that will be voting at any primaries have women represented in them compulsorily. So at the state level, out of the 5, 2 must be female. At the federal, out of the 3, 1 should be female. And this brought up a lot of female candidates in our party APC. We had about 95 female candidates go into the elections on the platform of our party. Unfortunately, you saw what happened during the elections. It was really keenly contested, and some of the women did not scale through. However, the party will continue to build on this with capacity building, more constitutional review, and collaboration with the government in place to ensure that policies are gender sensitive, directed at empowering women, and that's mindset that helps us to compete favorably well in the political space.
And quickly here, one other thing has to do with actually lawmaking, which is very important here. We've seen that in the National Assembly, I see a smile on your face, National Assembly at the moment didn't have a lot of women, even in your party, making it back to the Assembly. So what did you think went wrong there within your party first?
I think it was, for my party, it's not from the back end of the party. The party ensured that there was a constitutional review. The party ensured that more women were given tickets to go and contest. Before now, we used to have 31 women run on the platform of the party. For the first time, we had tripled that, about 95 women run. However, the dynamics of these last elections completely changed from the usual, and I guess the candidates were not as prepared as expected when different, I would say, dynamics were playing at different levels. So we had other new parties come into the scene, and of course, some parts of the country had these parties dominating. All of this affected candidates in those areas. However, we still have 1 or 2 persons who pulled through at the National Assembly level. I think 1 in the Senate from our party, and then at the House of Reps, we have close to 13. And then at the state level, we had several women pull through, even the youngest legislator at the state level, all from the party APC. We'll build on this, and in future, we'll prepare for such unforeseen circumstances.
We can close on this. Now you're talking about the future. We've seen the other countries, Liberia, Ellen Sirleaf Johnson. We've seen Joyce Banda of Malawi. We've also seen Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania. Quite a number of women have been presidents and prime ministers on the continent. What's the place of Big Brother Nigeria in seeing that we have at least a woman governor?
So it's a working process. I believe strongly that the first step in the right direction would be to get the right legislation in place, which gives the woman the backing, the platform to stand on and run. And of course, more and more advocacy and enlightenment at all levels to ensure that all stakeholders have their hands on deck, pushing women forward, putting them on the front burner, and encouraging them to do better in politics. Remember, it's a process, and we believe strongly that the government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear president, will work towards achieving this.
What was the message of the president when he met with the women?
Enough is enough. We're taking our country back. He's asked Nigerian women to go all out and really explain this policy, believing and keeping faith that they would reap the dividends of democracy. Of course, hours after he was sworn in as the president of Nigeria, he took off the fuel subsidy. And many don't get to understand the reason for that action. But the truth is, who are we truly subsidizing? The rich or the poor? We rather prefer, like I said today, we're providing scholarships for your children. We're providing loans for those who are in university to go through university in 4 years and then they pay back when they get a job. We're providing health care. We're providing all the basic palliatives for people all the way down to the grassroots. This is what mothers want to hear. This is what Nigeria is yearning for. And so he has made us his own ambassadors today to go all out there and really, really take this message down to the grassroots. For the Nigerian women, we stand fully with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we are behind his government. We love his policies and would ensure that the best happens for our dear country, Nigeria.
Dr. Betta Edu, many thanks for speaking with us on Arise Prime Time.